Welcome to the program, Billy Duke.
Billy Duke.
Billy Duke.
Billy Duke. Billy Duke.
Billy Duke.
That is Billy.
I'm Billy Duke.
Do you think JD Vance is hot?
You're giving me a lot of credit.
Don't drink your wealth at an $8 drink.
My latte in hand.
Sorry.
I think this is the exact type of rhetoric that we're hearing from Christian, which is the reason that Nikki Haley came on this network to talk about how Trump and what she described as an overly masculine campaign is alienating women. I think women voters want to feel heard. I think Gen Z Americans want to feel heard. I think Kamala Harris has done a great job of that. I think people don't really understand the burden that Gen Z faces financially. Gen Z averages $94,000 in personal debt, which is up from millennials, which had $59,000, and Gen X, which is $53,000. At ages 22 to 24, Gen Z earns about $45,000, while millennials made $52,000. That's adjusted for inflation when they were in that same 22 to 24 bracket. And their debt-to-income ratio is up 25% higher than millennials. We know from the California Housing Department that individuals who make $100,000 are now considered low income in many California counties. And that particularly applies to Gen Z. And it's interesting, we have data from Intuit which says that 59% of Americans aged 18 to 25, that's my people, cite having enough money put aside as a top priority. So this is definitely a conversation that I think Gen Z wants to engage in. You are an immigrant yourself. I want to get your reaction to this. The Department of Homeland Security is exploring a reality show concept where immigrants would compete for expedited citizenship. It's reportedly called The American, and it would feature immigrants competing in challenges across the country to prove their, quote, Americanness, such as digging for clams in Maine or rafting in Colorado.
How do you feel about the wildfires that have ravaged this city?
Once the fires are out, then we can talk about rebuilding as one.
Do you think JD Vance is hot?
No!
No.
Who do you think is going to run the White House, Elon or Trump?
This time, people are scared of Trump, are looking to kiss the ring. What really got me thinking about legal planning, especially for people my age, was the Britney Spears case and how she was 26 years old and she was essentially going through a mental health crisis. She did not specify who she wanted to be in charge of her affairs if she weren't able to make decisions. I don't think going into your 20s, sometimes you're able to handle a major life change.